How you guys doing? This is RT Money here, and I'm wishing you the best trading days of your life when you're trading with RT Money. And may pips be upon you. Hey man, did you catch your doggone bus this morning? Did you catch your bus this morning? You had to be a little patient for it. Why don't we go over those entries today? All right. And maybe it'll give you some clarity for your entry tomorrow, because there'll be a bus tomorrow and there'll be another one Monday. I can guarantee it. Anyway, let's check. Let's go through GU first. Now, full disclosure, this was a great entry today, but I took a hit on EURUSD. My first entry was a break even. My second entry was a loss. And then it went in my direction. Very frustrating. Everybody goes through it. But GU was an excellent one. Now, let's go through it. Let's do top-down analysis before we get there, okay? What do we want to notice about the monthly? Why do we want to come all the way to the monthly? Because the monthly gives you a framework. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Lower high is where I went, what I meant to say. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right. What was the last break of structure? That's all we need to ask. We don't have to go through lower, 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 high, low, 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 low. We ain't got to do all of that. Where was the last break of structure? Was it bearish or bullish? Okay. Well, it seems the last break of structure was here, right? That low was broken here. And what do you expect after a break of structure to the downside? You expect a return to impulse. You want to see price return to the order block that sent it, that impulsed it down, okay? Now, this is a bearish order block for the monthly, okay? And this one is also responding to this one over here, all right? But this is the last lower high, and you'll see that this price never beat that price. So this is a lower low. Just not understand what's something with structure. When you're talking about lower highs and lower lows, that is, you are establishing the trading range. You understand? This is your trading range. When this high changes or that low changes, then that changes your trading range. All right. But while it's everything that's happening inside it's important to the lower time frames. But on this time frame, what you want to be able to do is say, hey, if price breaks this high here, then the momentum has switched from bearish to bullish momentum. And I will be expecting a higher high to be made. All right. But if price comes all the way up here, but doesn't break that high, it's still bearish momentum. And we are only expecting from here a lower high to be made, followed by a lower low. That's the way it works on every time frame. So you have to find out what is the objective of the time frame you're looking at. Each time frame. Got it? Good. Now we know that prices made a lower high, and we are expecting price to continue downwards eventually with the object, the goal of making a lower low. So we got bearish momentum here, right? Let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, what do we see? In this monthly order block, we can see signs of reversal, right? Look at that rejection there. And then price does this number, all right? This is actually a higher high than this one, all right? Which means left shoulder, head, and we're looking for the right shoulder. Got it? We're looking for signs of reversal, all right? We understand that this is an order block. All right, a weekly order block that price is respecting right now. And we're looking for the break of structure. That's how we know this is bearish, because of the break of structure. All right. What do we have? We have these short-term highs. We got a break of structure right here. This is a 2-candle pullback here and then down, right? There's a bug outside of my window stuck on the screen that is driving me nuts. The South has the weirdest looking exotic things flying around. Anyway, so we got a lower low, and we got this lower, this break. We have this break of structure. We have it broke this one, it broke that one. All right, so we're looking for what? Price to return to impulse again, up to this this order block, which is being respected thus far. All right, it's been respected here, respected here. We can expect price to actually, we're going way past the time that we need to be looking at. All right, because we're looking for the 8 o'clock bus. Anyway, this is how you read that. All right, if we go to the daily, we're taking it even a step further, and we're looking for that last break of structure. We can see we have a break of structure here, and this would be the first place I would look for price to return to impulse, because that's an order block that gave a very strong impulse, right? And what does it do? It finds this impulse. Now I'm going to go down to my lower time frames so that I could look for an entry here, because it's in my POI. I'm in a higher time frame order block, which has this daily right up under it, forming a bearish order block there, and we are testing that bearish order block, which is testing the higher time frame order block. We're looking for bearishness. That's it. We're looking for sells, and we're looking for a good entry. I hope you understood that breakdown. All right, let's go down to 15, and I'm going to turn on the sessions indicator, right? And we're going to look for that 8 o'clock bus. All right, so far, where are we? We're here. All right, this is where we're looking for price to come back and test that order block, right? I got it all the way over there. Anyway, what we want to notice here is, since Asia had this very narrow trading range, and then it burst. We had a breakout to the upside that carried all the way through into London. All right, this is the things that I'm going to be looking at when I first come to look at my charts, all right? Because I want to see, I'm going to use the price action from London session to help me figure what I'm going to do in New York. So price comes up here. All right, we hit this order block, and I'm trying to remember, if we look all the way over there if we look all the way to the left, we'll see where we were at. We're looking for signs of reversal up here, remember? And this is in the middle of London. We made a bearish order block here, and this is exactly what you want to see, because you know you're looking for signs of reversal, and this is a great sign that price will reverse. Okay, and price does go away from it, comes back to retest it. Look at that, 1, 2, we're all up into this order block, and this is on the 15-minute. Now, at this point, at this retest, I'm going down to the lower time frames, going down to a 5-minute, so I can get a clearer look. Look at this price action. See, I'm going to be looking for bearish order blocks to be formed, and I'm going to, because we're getting close to the 8 o'clock time, I want to make sure that I don't miss that 8 o'clock bus. I want to make sure I catch it as a retest of one of these bearish order blocks, right? Now, this, full disclosure, this is the optimal entry, folks. Why is that the optimal entry? Because we have our reversal pattern. We're waiting for price to come back up here and test this order block for the right shoulder. All right, left, head, right shoulder. that we're just looking for a reversal. We're looking for that reversal pattern, and it was given to us. And that becomes even clearer on the smaller time frames, the lower time frames, I should say. Got it? Boom, boom. Just looking for price to come back for that left shoulder, and here we go. All right, but the problem is that this right shoulder, excuse me, is not in at 8 o'clock. So now I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get the optimal entry here. This was the optimal entry at 7:30. All right. But so I'm waiting with gritted teeth. I'm looking for bearish order blocks to be maintained. And these are going to be the ones that I'm going to look for price to retest somewhere around here so that I can get my entry as a continuation trade. Let's go down to the 1. And let me tell you, if you're patient, really, I can just stop doing that. Now, what you want to notice as price is coming towards 8 o'clock, these bearish order blocks here, and that they're being maintained. You got this one being maintained. That one was being maintained, maintained. This is the one I'm looking at because this is the most recent before 8 o'clock. I'm looking at this one hard, right? And I'm looking at the impulsing. All right, these are strong impulses. So these are my 2 candidates right here. These are my strongest candidates. And I'm hoping that price will retest, right? Price comes all the way up and I'm watching this thing, all right? It retests here and I'm like, oh, that's kind of, that might be the one, that might be the one, all right? It does come down, but I noticed that it made a bullish order block here. So I'm like, I'm not gonna take a sell into that, all right? It does go up higher. I'm saying if it violates that high, then I'm gonna be fried, but no, it does grab the liquidity from up here. It does tap this higher order block here. And I wasn't ready for that tap. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't ready for it. All right. It wicked up, gave us this evening star candlestick pattern. And that's when I woke up. I said, oh man, it didn't come back up. I was waiting up here for it. It didn't come back up. So I know that when you go to a higher time frame, with an evening star pattern, just remove that what do you call that, doji candle, and move this one over. What you have is a bearish order block, and this is what shows up on the 2-hour or on the 3-hour or on the 4-hour. When you go higher, this becomes a bearish engulfer. All right, you can't see it. You can't see it that right now, but you got to know that the evening star formation is a reversal pattern. It's really an engulfer on a higher time frame. So I was waiting for the retest of that. This is it. Put my entry over top of the highest candle here in this order block, above this order block. You always put it over the order block in which you enter. And I'm looking for 3R, and I leave the runner after that. All right. Once I get my 3R, that's 1 to 3 risk to reward now. All right. Once I get my 3R, all you want is all I want to do is take out about either 80 or 90%, depending on how the price action has been, and I will leave the rest to run. And I'll move my stop loss to break even at that point, but I don't touch that stop loss until then. The only time I will go to break even earlier is if at 1.5 R. 1.5 R, I will remove the risk that I had in this trade. That's when I'll do that. That's like moving your stop loss to break even. But if price does come back to your entry, you're still in the trade. It has to hit your stop loss to be taken out at break even. All right. So most of the times I'll do that at 2R. Sometimes I'll do it at 1.5 R, depending on the price action and how things are going. All right, but that was the bus entry for today on GU. All right, now price did come back up here to give another entry, still respecting the same order block. And listen, if you caught this entry, I need to hear from you, because this was the one. This one went down here. This was the one, 9.96. This should have been a one. Yeah, it was a 10R trade. 10. That'll make your day. That'll make your week. All right. If you had the stones to stay through the pullbacks, if you left that runner, you would have been down here. But we don't even want to talk about that. Now, let's go check the other buses. Let's go to EU. All right. EU, like I told you this today, I took a little bit of a hit. All right. Let's just go to the 5 minute, skip all the pretty mess that I got myself into today. All right. What did I, well, you got to see the price action, I guess. I'll go to the 1 hour. All right. All right. What did I miss? What was I hoping to find? It wasn't clear. It wasn't clear today. We had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? And I'm looking for a break of structure once it got up here. And look what time it is, 7:13, right? And I'm saying price has found an order block to the left, all right? Doesn't seem like a strong order block, but it is an order block. See that even star formation here? If you go to the 2 minute, let's see what that becomes. See what I'm talking about? That is a bearish order block. It's a bearish engulfer. But on the 1 minute, it looks like an evening star formation. You can trust me when I tell you, when I tell you that kind of stuff. All right, so this is it found its way. Price found its way up here, breaking these highs, right? So I'm thinking, we might have a return to impulse and then a continuation up. I got to be careful of that, but we have a bearish break of structure here. So I'm looking for price to return to the impulsing order block that sent price down. It settled on this one, right? And then price came down. So I'm thinking, all right, well, the opportunity up here is totally gone. I wouldn't want to take any sells or continuation trades. Here, I'm waiting for a new setup, right? Here we go. Price found this order block here and this bullish order block that holds price here, that holds price, maintains bullish momentum, right? And then price makes a turn here. Again, here we have that configuration, right? Let's see what it looks like on the 3 minute. Remember that it becomes a bearish order block. All right. And that's what I was looking at. All right. And this came at 8 o'clock. All right. This is the 8 o'clock candle. This is 8:06. All right. So I'm looking for the retest of this thing. I'm thinking that I was really aggressive with this because, again, once I missed this trade, I'm looking for a different setup, right? We have a break of structure here. I should have waited until price made its way up. I wasn't patient enough, and I'm telling you, I wasn't. Anyway, I did get in here. Price did bring me into profit, got me down to right at 2R, right? And I went to break even, all right? And price came back and kicked me out of this doggone trade right here. As you can see, let me get a pointer. As you can see here, price came back and got me out, right? What did I do? I jumped right back in, right off the same candle. Let me see something here. Go to the one. I jumped right back in this thing. I said, you ain't kicked me out this trade. I think it's good. That's because I was married to the idea, and I should have been more flexible. All right. Price found its way down and then came back all the way up here. So I'm thinking it's going to turn here because look at this configuration again. This is a bearish order block. So I'm thinking price is going to just retest that, come on back down. Well, no, it kicked me out. So I'm thinking it's going to go back down because it didn't violate that high. Well, it went down, then came back up. It went down and then came back up. Took me right out. Took the whole hit. Yeah, I was at a reduced position size because I thought it was a little aggressive, but that's the way it happens sometimes, man. And what irks me is that it did come back down, making this double bottom here, right? Went up a little bit higher than that. Gave me that bearish order block here, and I was like, "Don't you go down? Don't you go down and make me look bad, make me feel bad for the rest of the day." And that's exactly what it did. That's exactly what it did, man. Lower low, lower high, lower low. I should have been, I should have waited. I should have waited until the lower high was completed. I should have waited till the lower high was completed. But, you know, that's what happens. Anyway, if you got in, if you waited patiently, your optimal entry came later. All right. Look at this. Here, here. And what are you waiting for? It break the structure, comes back up, didn't go all the way up here, came up here, right? Now, why there? Why? What's happening in this area? All right, I'm waiting for, if you waited for price to come back up into this area, you win the internet. All right, why do I keep doing that? You win the internet. Look at this. All you had to do was wait. This was it. There was a reversal here, and some people might have got messed up there, but that's not a bullish order block. That's not a bullish order block. That is a bearish one. And what you want to do is catch price as it hits that. If you would have waited until, what time is this? 9:30. You would have waited till 9:30. You would have had a 3.4, what do you call pip stop, stop loss, excuse me. And if you would have took it down to the bullish order block, station A to station B, you remember, then you would have had a 1 to 5.26 entry. That would have been beautiful. That wasn't my entry today. Once I took the loss, I just said, yeah, no, that's it for the day. But this was the second setup. If you missed the one in London, this was the second setup. Okay. Let's go to one more. Hello. Where is it at? Aussie. Let's just go over this real quick. You can see it. Oh, Aussie was not as clean cut as I thought it was, but no, this wasn't the one. This wasn't one, because look at it, sideways. It went into New York sideways. This is the time where you start looking and you go, I don't know if I want to mess with this one. All right, you could have got this trade in now. There's no doubt about that. All you had to do was wait for a sign of reversal. All right, wait for that low to come, then a lower low. Wait for this break of structure here, right? And as price comes back to return to impulse, right here, this is where your entry is. And you could have had all of that for sure. Don't think you can't get it done, but you have to be aggressive to do it. And why do that? You don't need to. Look at USD CAD. What is this? I'm going to keep doing that, right? Let's see what USD CAD said. USD CAD kind of cruised in a little to the side and everything. And we're looking for these highs. Where's the break of structure? Where is the break of structure? We finally get a break of structure here. All right. But let me ask you something. What happened prior to that? We got this high here, and then we got a higher high. Very interesting. Did we get a break of structure before that? Prior to that, did we get something that said price was going to go boom, boom, boom? Did we get any of that? Here we did. You gotta look at it. You gotta look at it here, here. Now this becomes that bearish order block there, right? Price, we broke that short-term low here. We broke a short-term low here. All right. You can see price came down to these what do you call these like relative equal highs. All right. And that's cool. That's good. That's all good. But what we want to notice is price hit that bearish order block here, right here, came back down, came back up. So now what am I looking at? I'm looking at this hot, the left shoulder head, and I'm looking for that right shoulder. Was this retest the entry? Was that the optimal entry? It was an entry because look where it led to, but price did return back up here. And we could have gotten in on one of these two hits here, one of these two taps. But this was not an easy entry. Let me see something on the 1 minute. This was not an easy entry. Oh, don't even get me. Aha! Look, this becomes a little easier here. 1, 2. Did price ever come back up here? No, it didn't. It came up to this one. All right. And if you would have took this one, you would have been in your rights to do so. That wasn't a bad entry at all. We were looking on the 5 minute, but you want to whittle it down to the 1 minute so you can get those sniper entries. But the bus, there was some buses there, but you had to be patient for it today. It was a little choppy. All right. These are days that you say, maybe I'll just wait until tomorrow. All right. Because if it doesn't come, if you don't see something clear at 8 o'clock, then it might be something that you might just want to leave alone today. All right. This ain't the day. I'm looking for, I would have got easily fooled by what was going on lower and thinking that this was a reversal. You know, you could see a reversal if you want to see it. All right. This one was clear, honestly. This one was pretty clear. All right. And this wasn't bad. It doesn't always come back up to the head. All right. Sometimes that shoulders can be pretty low, but you know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, this is a shoulder. And there was a bearish order block there. Okay. So that's it for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully I can send you off in the weekend with a nice bus stop. And we'll see how things go tomorrow. Check out the other breakdowns for this week for the bus stop trades. And I will see you in the next video. Okay. And just make sure you're trading safely. All right. If there's no setup, man, just leave it alone. Go to another pair or leave it alone for the day, because there'll always be good trades tomorrow.